From purse snatching to kidnapping, there's always something that ends up wrong during a holiday. So, here are some travel tips for a safe and stressless holiday. Starting off with the most important thing, keeping a check on your document. I'm sure I'm not the first person to tell you this, but sorting your documents and keeping them safe is very important. Before you leave for your trip, check your passport, your visa, if the country requires one, and your plane ticket. For starters, ensure that they're all valid and ready to go. Next, you should keep some copies of all your documents, both on your person and on your phone. You won't believe how common it is for people to lose their documents while traveling or get them stolen. You should also make sure you have insurance. If you're planning for an adventurous trip, there might be some medical costs that come up unexpectedly. You should always be prepared for everything, along with the safety of your documents. You should always be smart about how to keep your money. Travelers getting pickpocketed is a tale as old as time, which is why you should never carry large amounts of money with you. You should ideally keep all your money in an account that you can access easily through ATMs in another country. If that doesn't work and you have no option but to travel with a bulk load of cash, always make sure that you don't keep it with you when you're going out. What you should do instead is to keep all of it locked safely in a cupboard in your hotel, or in a locker if you can get access to one. Another way you can go about it is to divide and keep small amounts in different places. This way you'll have multiple backups in case of an emergency, and you can keep your money safe. But money isn't the only thing that catches the eye of thieves, so make sure you don't wear anything too flashy. Nothing screams that you're a tourist than wearing flashy and expensive looking clothes and jewelry when you're out and about. Obviously, we all want to dress up well when we're traveling and go to expensive restaurants looking amazing, but try not to wear something super fancy when you're going to the grocery store or a local restaurant. That's gonna make you stand out and make it pretty obvious that you're not from there. What you can do instead is plan all your fancy outfits and jewelry for going to high-end places, and casual yet smart dressing for your everyday outings. In this way, you can enjoy your vacation safely and without being on edge by thieves. And there are also more similar ways you can plan your trip, such as doing some research on the location of your hotel. Make use of the useful Street View feature and check the nearby areas of the hotel you've booked. If you've planned to travel a lot, then you can save a lot of money on taxis or other transportation by choosing a hotel that's close to many of the activities you want to do. I know most of you just book a hotel based on the rates you get, and don't worry, I do it too. I mean, who can resist a good deal? But the money you end up saving on a good deal won't be worth it if you just spend the saved up amount on commuting. So plan your hotel keeping this in mind. But you don't have to plan everything. Make sure to leave some space for spontaneous things too. While planning is important when you're traveling, we can often make it feel like work when we start planning out every single detail. What if you're walking on the street and you see a really cool poster for a hiking activity that day? Or what if you see a cute restaurant that you suddenly really want to try? Leave room for sudden plans, because after all, this is your vacation, your time to unwind and do things on a whim. That won't be possible if you start to make a detailed itinerary from day one to the last day. Leaving space for spontaneity as well as packing light will reduce loads of stress off you. Carrying around lots of heavy luggage will only make you more worried about its safety and create problems for you. You'll have to figure out where to keep it and make sure nothing gets lost if you frequently go from one destination to the other. One way you can try packing sensibly is to make a list of all the essential items you need to take with you. These items can include important medicine, a few clothes, small first aid kit, among others. But don't carry things you can buy on the go. You're going to come across lots of shops when traveling, and of course you'll want to buy something. So the packing light will also allow you to have more space for your shopping. While making a list of your essential items, make sure to include easy to carry games like cards. When you're traveling, there's always going to be some sort of unexpected delay, or times when you find yourself on a long flight feeling bored. In times like these, trust me when I say, carrying a deck of cards can make the situation a lot better. If you're waiting for your flight or stuck in traffic, what better way to distract yourself than to play cards with someone? Cards can be a lifesaver in awkward situations and are just a super fun way to spend time. But cards can only help kill time to a certain extent. If you're stuck in a long waiting line or in a crowded place, then even they might not be able to help. So make sure you avoid crowded tourist spots if you're traveling during peak season. We all want to see the famous places of the country we're traveling to. I mean, how can can you not visit the Eiffel Tower if you're going to Paris? Or how can you skip the Great Wall of China if you're going to China? Obviously, you can't, but there will also be other tourists like you who'd want to go there, and it's going to become super crowded. It's not going to be fun to see the Great Wall of China when you don't even have space to properly stand or take pictures without someone photobombing. What you can do instead is visit these places at a time when there won't be a huge crowd. Try visiting early in the morning so you can take your time to enjoy the view and take pictures without getting pushed from behind. After all, you should do everything on your list and more. All these activities are going to be super fun, but you'll probably get tired too by the end of your trip. This is why you should try to get a few days to relax after your holiday ends before jumping into your usual routine. This is something that most people often don't consider when planning their trips. I cannot stress how important it is to give yourself time to recover from jet lag. This is a real lifesaver, people. After long flights, going out and about daily, and doing adventurous things, you can't just fly back and walk straight into the office. Some people still try to do that, and the tiredness they feel after is their body telling them to take a break. So always make sure to plan your holiday in a way that you have time to relax and get yourself together before you jump back into your routine. Make sure to follow these travel tips the next time you travel so you have an amazing trip. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
You will now need to treat your carry-on suitcase as if it was a checked bag and take out any essentials and any valuables from it and place them into your backpack, which is going to be your personal item that you will keep with you at your seat on the airplane. Things that you will want to take out of your carry-on suitcase and keep with you include any valuables, any electronics, as well as any prescription medication that you may need during the flight or when you land. Because your bag is being checked and it is not going to stay with you, there is a chance that it will be delayed arriving at your destination or potentially even be lost. So you may also want to consider putting anything into your personal item bag that you may need for the first few days of your trip. This may include moving a change of clothes into your personal item bag, as well as any toiletries that you would like for when you arrive. Airlines are also moving to a contactless payment method on board, which means that you will not be able to use cash or a debit card or a credit card, and in many cases not even the tap on your phone to make a purchase during the flight. You will likely see a disclaimer about this move to contactless payment on board and will be prompted to add a payment method during the online check-in process. If you do have a profile with the airline and you have the app downloaded, you can also usually add your payment method to the app directly. United Airlines is one example of a major airline that has gone completely contactless, and if you do not preload a card either via the app or during your online check-in process, you will not be able to purchase any food or drinks or even headphones while you are on board the plane. Speaking of the airline's app, full flights, frequent delays, as well as cancellations make it more important than ever that anyone who is flying this year has the airline's app downloaded with notifications turned on. Downloading an airline's app to your smartphone is going to be completely free, and once you have those notifications turned on, you will be notified immediately if there is any change to your flight or if there is any delay. Other reasons to download the app of the airline that you are flying with include notifications of when boarding begins.